Rivers flow all through golden dreams in the hills where treasures gleam. Hand and shovel, steady hand, searching for a promised land. Under starlit skies we roam, finding peace our hearts find home.
Tuesday night, let's gather around. Friends and fam, the vibes are clear. With great guests and stories to tell, a treasure of laughs we know so well. Hang out live where we all thrive. Camaraderie shines and dreams come alive. FlashFam strong, we're digging the gold. Together we sparkle and stories unfold. So join the stream, the time is right. It's Tuesday night, so let's gather around. Tuesday night, hang out live. It's Tuesday night, let's gather round. Flashing your pan is the place we found. Golden treasure, stories to share. FlashFam's here, good vibes are in the air. Tuesday night, hang out live. Digging for dreams till the night is done. Join the crew while the treasure thrives. It's Tuesday night, hang out live. So grab your pan and bring your cheer. FlashFam's call and the gang's all here. Tuesday night, we're going strong. Come join the stream where you belong.
Tuesday night, let's gather around. Flashing your pan's the place we found. Golden treasure, source to share. The FlashFam's here, good vibes are in the air. Tuesday night, hang out live. Dig at the dreams of the night is done. Join the crew in the treasure thrives. Tuesday night, hang out live. So grab your pan and bring your cheer. FlashFam's calling, the gang's all here. Tuesday night, hang out live. We're going strong, and join the stream where you belong. Tuesday night, let's get around. Flashing your hands, the place we found. Don't let change, always a chill. FlashFam, turn the birds with the air. Tuesday night, hang out live. 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 Join the crew with treasure prize. It's Tuesday night, hang out live. Sit back, go past, bring your cheer. FlashFam's holding a all hell. Tuesday night, hang out live. Tuesday night, hang out live. Tuesday night, hang out live. It's Tuesday night, let's gather round. Flashing your pan is the place we found. Golden treasure, stories to share. The FlashFam's here, good vibes are in the air. Tuesday night, hang out live. Dig for dreams till the night is done. Join the crew where the treasure thrives. It's Tuesday night, hang out live. So grab your pan and bring your cheer. FlashFam's calling, the gang's all here. Tuesday night, hang out live. We're going strong. Come join the stream where you belong.
Let's gather around. Friends outside, the vibes are clear. With great guests and stories to tell. The treasure hides, we know so bad. Where we all thrive, camaraderie shines. The dreams gone alive, just flash we're on. To dig in and go, they step very small. And stories unfold.
It's Tuesday night, gather around. Friends and family, good vibes all around. Bring gifts, stories to tell. Treasure of life, you know so well. Tuesday night, where we all thrive. Glory shines, dreams come alive. FlashFam strong, we're digging the gold. Together we spark, the stories unfold. Going in dreams, the time is right. Tuesday night, so let's gather around. Tuesday night, hang out live.
jumping around a little bit, doing things I shouldn't be doing. Oh, damn it, Ed. Hey, everybody, how are you? Welcome to another Tuesday Night Hangout Live, brought to you from flashinyourpan. Good to see you, Mega Dog, Justin Backyard Prospecting. Mr. Numbers, No Pants, Brian Wilder, American Gold Prospectors. How you doing? World's greatest moderator, Mr. Lodak, Hobo Rob's in the house, Fire Chicken 455 Adventures. Good to see you. And thanks for watching my shorts, man. Let's see, what's this comment right here? Hey, all saw Kevin was on and had to tune in. That's right. No need, Kevin or no Kevin, whoever. Tune in here, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, every Tuesday night. I hear James Culver's bags are really good, Mega Dog, but our friend Justin needs some good dirt. I need some dirt. Who got the good stuff? Oh, I'd agree with Vendetta. I've really heard Culver has some. Jason E. Miner has these doobie vials, pay dirt. I believe they're only $35 at this time. I'm going to run it through my mini, ultra mini Dream Mat cleanup sluice eventually. Moons over Miami, great to see you. David Alphonsati, Art, good to see you. All of you great people. Mi amigo David Villa, good to see you. Howdy, Texas Donna, good to see you. Otterman, good to see you. Gentleman Prospector and Mama Bird, always good to see you and each and every one of you. I know I need to do something about my hard drive on my tower because I have way too much video and stuff. I'm hoping Grinch or Krampus will bring me a new exterior hard drive instead of coal, but I do have new internet. I have fiber optic internet, and my upload speed now is like 600 and something instead of 12. So should be good. Loretta, how you doing? Keep digging, metal detecting. Awesome, see you. Don G, always good to see you. And there's the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, the keychain wash plant. You can get them now for $12 at prospectorsdream.com. They're having their Christmas sales now. And if you buy anything over $100, I'm going to unplug me real quick. Where'd I put it? It's wet. It's wet because I have it in a gold pan in the Tupperware thing. But there it is. You know, I have a green screen. So that brick thing is actually a sluice. But it's only like 3 3/4 inches long. Works pretty cool, and it does catch gold. I played with this one in the cleanup buddy at Gold Rush days when David Peterson was there with us. But it's cool. I'll be doing a video on it later for sure, when I'm gonna be running Jason E. Miners. I'm lagging up. Jason E. Miners doobie tubes or doobie vials, and there's a 1/4 gram added with unsearched cons. You can email him. Go to his channel and email him. If I remember right, I am partially blonde and an old man, so I believe it was $35. So, and I don't care about no return on investment. I don't believe pay dirt is a way to invest in gold. It's a way to practice and get a little shiny in your pan, or for the armchair prospectors, or for someone who would love to get out and they live vicariously through all of us, and they're unable. I'm not saying the handicap can't do it. I've seen them do it. But some are a little worse off than others. But tonight I have a Southwest Oregon gold prospector joining me, Gold Hunter77. And if you read the description, like you guys probably should, you'll find out Kevin has sponsored 3 awesome giveaways tonight. Probably, maybe we might end up having a couple of sticker packs too, one from me and one from him also. But he'll be giving away a 1 gram bag of pay dirt, 1/2 pound of material, another 1/2 pound of material with a 1/2 gram of gold, and then one of his cleanup sluices that he makes for all of us in the lower 48. Sorry, Canada, you have a postal strike, and Aussies, that stuff's expensive. But you'll have to stick around towards the end of the show if you want to get in on that pay dirt. So without any more further to do, or however that goes, let's get the show on the road and let's get to my guest. Be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night Hangout Live with your host Ed Marvin. Tuesday Night Hangout Live is a Flash in Your Pan production.
Welcome to Tuesday Night Hangout Live, Kevin.
Howdy.
Or would you rather me call you Gold Hunter 77?
Kevin's fine. That's just my YouTube handle.
Can you start by sharing how you got into gold prospecting and what inspired you to create your YouTube channel, Gold Hunter77?
Yeah, so basically, I was always a rock hound. Even as a little kid growing up, we'd go camping and stuff. Any colorful rocks, I was all over them. And it was always that way. Well, as I got older and into my teenage years, I found fishing. And I became a fishing fool. That's all I wanted to do is go fishing, 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 fishing. And at that time, I'd heard a thing or two about gold panning, but not much. Everybody I knew was into fishing. So that's just what I did all the way up until I was about 33 years old. And I met a guy, we became roommates. And the ironic part is his name is Rick Garrett. So of course, Garrett Gold, no relation, but that's the funny part. And he told me that he was really into gold mining and that I should come with him. So I was like, sure, that sounds great. Well, he took me to his secret creek way back up in the mountains. And I was blown away. Actually, first dig, he says, well, just go try over there. Go pull a plant up out of the bedrock crack and see what's in it. And I did that, and I got a really nice picker. And that was the end of it. I had gold fever right then and there. And by the end of that trip, we had about a gram each. And not only that, this creek was loaded with garnets. And to me, that was almost cooler than the gold itself because these were actual gemstones. And it just floored me. And so, yeah, that's how I got into it.
Cool. Now, were those garnets like almost jewelry gem grade, or were they really fractured like you find up on some of the rivers of Washington? I know some rivers up there where it fill your box purple and red, but they're big and fractury.
No, these are very small to medium size. The biggest you'll find on this creek is about the size of a very large pea, maybe. But some of them are definitely jewelry grade, and I still have quite a few left right here. And
nice.
I put them in my pay dirt too. So,
well, Justin, Backyard Prospecting, you could get pay dirt from. Do you sell your pay dirt from your channel?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just do giveaways.
Special thing, huh?
Yeah, I don't find so much gold I don't know. I'm just not interested in the pay dirt thing. I'm just not. I maybe if I found way more gold, but then it's like a whole nother business, and it's just not for me right now.
Like you, I'll make up a tube here or there for a giveaway or a donation raz or something, but I don't sell it. Yeah. I do get mixed up with FlashInThePan pay dirt, and apparently his pay dirt's pretty good. I'm like, I've had people go, hey, Flash, your pay dirt's really good. And I'm like, I think you're talking about FlashInThePan. I don't sell pay dirt.
That's funny though. So it's just that one word, the or your, flashing the.
Right. So many people call me FlashInThePan, and I'll answer, but sometimes I'm like, who? I don't know a FlashInThePan. I'm flashing your pen. Hey, we have another Southwest Oregonian in the house. Damon's in
the house. What's up,
I've had the privilege of hanging out with that man on the river. I'm glad to hear that, Loretta. You're doing well. But I believe Loretta had a question way down here. I have to catch up to it on my StreamYard's end. Come on, StreamYards. I just saw it in that chat, but I'm not seeing it in this chat. Oh, there it is. I have a question. Are garnets ever encased in another kind of stone? Well, yeah, they're host stone a lot. In my experience, is schist.
Yep. Yep, and like Ed just said, that's it. I mean, as far as I know, garnets are, I think almost any gemstone for that matter is gonna be encased in some type of host stone or host rock, and same thing with, and me too. I've always found them in some type of schist as well.
Yeah, like a diamond is encased in kimberlite unless it's been pushed free and in your
Yeah.
gravels, and you know, well, pigmatite carries rubies, and I think that's the right word. Don't
Well, the
quote me
interesting
on
thing
that.
about garnets and why I really love garnets is they have that natural faceted appearance. You know, even though they've been really tumbled, they still look like they've been like a cut gem, which is pretty crazy because, like, if you look at sapphires that come out of the river, they don't look like that. Not that I've found sapphires, but I've seen videos of it. And I don't know how that works exactly. Probably due to their hardness, maybe, but it's just pretty neat to me that they're already cut like that pretty much, or have those jewelry look to them coming right out of the creek or the river. At least mine do.
I don't know if I can boost his mic at all. Edit mic settings. Yeah, I think I can. Give him a test, Kevin.
You guys hear me okay?
Because I turned up your mic a bit.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's that sound, guys?
Sound better, Mr. Lodak? I might as well make sure mine's not on.
He says more
Autumn.
if you can.
More if I can. Yeah, it went right back to automatic.
Brockton says it sounds fine. David says do it again.
Well, I did it, and I went back to it, and it was back in. It was back to auto adjustment.
Hobo Rob says, I hear you. ATC sounds good to me. So it sounds like it's a little different for everybody, but.
Yeah, I hear both of you fine. Thanks, Jason, Brockton. David Villa sounds good to me. All things country. I hear you, Rob. Yeah. Turn up your headphones. Turn up your headphones. Now, what is the story behind Gold Hunter77?
Well, the story behind that is once I got into gold mining, gold panning, and I was, I don't know, maybe 2 to 3 years. Well, no, let me think here. Yeah, probably 3-4 years into it. And I started watching a lot of videos, YouTube videos like anybody would. And some of the earliest guys I remember were like Jeff Williams, Gary Two Toes.
Right.
Those guys, like the real OGs, even old Pioneer Polly. That was later on, but I watched a lot of videos, and then a lot of other guys, smaller channels, and I was out so much. And the thought just occurred to me, why not? I really enjoyed videos, and I thought maybe I could make some videos, and maybe, just maybe, somebody will like my videos too.
Right.
And if they don't, well, oh well. I just thought it'd be a fun thing to do, and I kind of stuck with it. So here I am. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a fun hobby. I never thought it would really get this far. Like, I never thought I'd be monetized. It was just kind of a thing I was fooling around with, but it's like anything, I guess. If it's something that you like to do and it's fun for you, and it's a good, healthy, fun hobby, why not? And it will
Right.
grow. And that's
Right.
just basically how it's been. So yeah, YouTube's been good for me in a lot of ways too. Like the connections and the friends that I've made through YouTube. That's the stuff I never thought about.
Isn't it amazing, really, though?
It really is.
Because all of my friends for like the past 10 years are directly connected to YouTube,
Yeah.
except for the people I work with. They're YouTube and prospecting, but you're doing great work indeed, Mr. Hunters or Gold Hunter77 GS says. Another
Yeah.
Washingtonian in the house. Pacific Northwest is representing tonight.
GS prospecting. What's up?
That's cool. I really enjoy it too. I love live streaming also.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of live streaming. When I do, it's very random. Actually, I think every live stream I've done has been random. I don't think I've ever, maybe once I planned a live stream, but it's just something I really haven't gotten into yet.
Yeah, Tuesday Night Hangout Live, we're on our 7th year right now. I almost threw in the towel. When I came back from vacation or before vacation, because I had to start taking summers off, get out, travel a little, do a little more out and about, get away from work, get away from the screen, get away from the show. After Toledo, Jess, and Dano left, and Rose and stuff, and I'm like, I still want to do it, but guys like David Villa and my great late friend Jeff from um, I'm having GoPro Unlimited, and other people. They're like, nah, let's go for 10 and Lodak too. And so I'm going to push for 10 years. Then I might throw in the towel again and see what happens. But
Yeah.
I love doing lives. And I can't say it's because there's no editing anymore, because I do actually do a little editing before I turn it into MP3 and put it on podcast sites. I actually lived in Skagit Valley for my kids were raised in Skagit Valley. Went to school in Cedar-Woolley and Lima, or Lyman, actually. Who brought up what part of Washington? I lived in Whatcom, Skagit. Oh, really, Chase and Miss Charlie. Ah. I lived up by Burlington, Anacortes, upriver between Lyman and Hamilton. Sorry, Kevin. Someone said Skagit Valley in there. You know Lyman very well. Yeah. Very interesting. Haven't been there for a long time, though, but I raised my kids there. But you're from a beautiful part of the Northwest, too. Beautiful Southwest Oregon.
Oh yeah, I love it here, man. It's amazing, and there's so many opportunities around here. This place is so unique. Now I live about 20 minutes inland from Bandon, Oregon, which is right on the beach.
Right.
And the town I live in is called Coquille, and the reason it's called Coquille, actually Coquille or Coquille, depending on how you want to pronounce it, but it's after the tribe, the Coquille Indians. And so they own a lot around here, including the casino, the big casino.
Right, of course.
But yeah, we have the mountains. Of course, we have the beach. There's multiple rivers. It's pretty nice. But I will say that there's more opportunities for bigger gold and more gold the further east you go. So I have videos. My earlier videos were from Roseburg, around the Roseburg area, and on the Umpqua, like the South Umpqua River. That was where I was doing most of those videos.
Okay.
So now I've lived in Coquille for about, I don't know, 3 years, and people are still asking me, hey, wow, you're still finding really good gold on the Umpqua. I'm like, no, this ain't the Umpqua anymore, but yeah, it's good gold. The thing about this river that I'm working is the flakes are a lot thicker. It's pretty amazing. Like almost every little flake is a clinker, so they got a lot more weight to them. At least where I was at, because I was working the South Umpqua River pretty far down for the most part, like right around Roseburg or in the Winston area. And once that gold gets down that far, you'll have a great looking pan of color, but those flakes are like paper thin.
Yeah, and they get pinched smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Let me see. Ohio Relic Hunter, Gold Hunter77. Have you ever been to Battle Rock or Port Orford?
Yep, I have been to Battle Rock, and that's an amazing view, but I wouldn't dare dig there because that's a state park. Oregon does not like you digging on state parks. So if you didn't know that, now you know. Some people might argue with me, but I've had conversations with rangers, and I even had a special permit just for Whiskey Run at one point, and that's not even a state park. That's a county park. So the reason why they don't want you digging around in state parks or metal detecting is because of Native American artifacts. They don't want you disturbing anything, and I think it's kind of BS, but it is what it is. So I try to stay clear of the state parks when I can. When I can.
Right. Bill's like amazing history in that area.
Oh, the history is incredible. And that's another huge part why I love gold mining so much. I mean, even going back to the first creek that I panned on, the history behind that creek is amazing. And you'll know the creek, well, maybe not the exact creek, but there was a man named Ed Shiflin, which I'm sure a lot of you have heard of. He actually founded Tombstone, Arizona, because he came across a big silver strike. Well, he was from Canyonville, Oregon, see? That's where he grew up. He was a Southwest Oregon boy. And he was a great gold miner, and he would tromp all over the woods, you know, and that wasn't enough. He found the silver back there. Well, he came back home, and he was back in the Canyonville area, around Days Creek, actually. And they found him dead in a cabin, and they found some, I think it was a coffee can with some gold nuggets in it or something. And he left a note saying something to the effect of, "I've done it again, boys. I hit the mother lode." And this story now is known as the Lost Red Blanket Mine. You can look it up on Google. It's pretty amazing. So every time I go back to that place, I can just feel the history on that creek.
There's a lot of, it's amazing. I started making shorts, Kevin, and It's all on like gold mining history and ghost towns and boom towns, tent cities and stuff. And if it wasn't for people coming out west and mining, first, the gold was the fur,
Yeah.
and then the miners came out and started like Waldo with the Waldo mining district or the Bohemian mining district,
Yeah.
which are all beautiful areas of southwest Oregon, and Gold Hill, up towards the Damon area in Medford and along the Applegate and stuff. I've only river I've dredged in southwest Oregon and prospected was in the Gold Hill area and dredged on the Rogue when you could still dredge, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. The history is just nonstop. I mean, and I forgot who it was mentioned Battle Rock. I think it was Ohio Relic Hunter.
Yeah, it was Bill Marsh, Ohio Relic Hunter.
So not only Battle Rock, but Whiskey Run was another location where there was small wars, well, battles, I guess, not wars. But I don't remember the exact history, but there was definitely quite the battle at Battle Rock. That's why it's called Battle Rock. They actually brought a cannon in there, which is crazy. And I think there was a few guys there, and I don't know how many died there, but I know at Whiskey Run, 21 Native Americans died. They had been feuding with the white man for some time. It was gold miners, actually. And it came to the point where one of the gold miners said something about a horse gone missing or something to that effect. And, it's terrible. That's a lot. I mean, just to take out one person is a lot, but 21, I mean, it's heartbreaking,
I did a live stream, or I did a video the other night, a members video, and it was a story about when I was dredging on the South Fork Nooksack in Whatcom County, Washington, which is the furthest northwest you could get in Washington, um, before you go into Canada. But there's a creek there that flows into it called Skookum Creek. And there was the Skookum Stampede, and I had like Google Earth or Google Maps, and I showed them Skookum Creek and showed them where a tent city was. And there was a massacre with involving miners and local natives, and a lot of terrible shit happened. Beep. A lot of terrible stuff happened back there, and yes, GS, it was the wild, wild west, and there's said to be lost pokes because, a lot of times in tent cities and gold camps, they wouldn't keep it on their person or anything. They'd put it in a tin can and put it in a can dump, or they'd bury it under their fire hearth, or tuck it away and stuff. And there's said to be nuggets from the upper reaches of Skookum Creek. And I believe the miner party was like 15 strong. And it was like the Nooksack Indians or something that came in and wiped them out.
Wow. Yeah, it's just terrible. It's interesting how the history is very similar, up and down the coast. You hear the same story. The names are different, and maybe the amount of people is different, but it's the same premise. The gold miners clashing with the Native Americans.
A lot of it wasn't over the natural resource of gold. It was over food and water. And then, unfortunately, in my experience for the past 35, 40 years in prospecting, gold and prospecting has a way of bringing out the worst or the best in a person. And when the worst comes out, it can be pretty ugly and sometimes fatal. And like history proves, I did a short video of the atrocities that were done to the California tribes during the California gold rush. But people have to remember too, before the California gold rush, it was the Spaniards being very cruel and genocidal and stuff like that. And yeah, it gets crazy. I like history, and the history is the nice thing about treasure hunting and prospecting, because you have to get in the history to find where gold's been found, because the best place to find gold is where gold's been found before.
Exactly.
So you have to do your homework and your research. And speaking of gold finds and history and stuff, what's been your most memorable gold find? And let me guess, it happened on No Tell'em Creek.
Yeah, it happened on No Tell'em Creek. Well, man, that's a toughie. Part of me wants to say it was that first time I found that first picker, but that's kind of just like the new guy experience. The big one happened a few years ago. It's actually when I first moved back to Coquille and started working this different river up here. And see, and this is the thing people don't see on my channels. They don't see all the days and the weeks and the months that I'm out there pulling over at fishing holes, tromping around the woods, flipping rocks, because I'm not going to make videos on that unless I find something to show usually. However, I found a spot, man, and nobody had hit this spot in some time, I'll tell you that, because I took a couple test pans, and what it is, the river splits like this, and there's a big bar in the middle. So on the right-hand side, it dries up during the summer, and it just leaves all this exposed bedrock.
Oh,
so
nice.
So the first time I went there, I found some nice color, and I was like, okay, well then I think it rained a little bit, and I came back, I was able to sluice it and use this here. Hold on. And there's videos.
Your Yabby pump, the hand dredge.
Yeah, so if you go back on my channel, I don't know exactly when, but it's a different area. You could tell it's not the South Umpqua. And at one point, all I'm really doing is I'm working this, I'm running my sluice, and I was averaging 1 gram to 2 grams per trip. And these trips were 5 hours maybe. And now this went on for a couple months. And yeah, it was just awesome gold. And I've never ran into gold like that where I could get easily 1 gram, up to 2 grams per trip every single day for weeks, as much as I wanted. But now that spot has become pretty overran and worked, not only by me, but other guys, and that's fine. I mean, it's not that big of an area. There's still gold there, and I still go there, but it's not what it was. But it was just incredible. I mean, when you find them type of spots, it don't get any better than that for me.
Right. I can understand that.
But I did, on that note, I had a guy message me, and this is hard to believe even for me, but he showed me a pan, unless he's faking the pan. Anyways, he saw one of my videos that I did in Winston over by Roseburg.
Mm-hmm.
And I was finding a little bit of color in the bedrock, 100, 200 flakes, maybe a half a gram. And I made a couple videos on that too. Well, this guy messaged me and he says, hey man, I just want to tell you thank you, because I went back to that spot and I sniped it out and I found 9 ounces in 3 months right there. And I was like, come on, man, no way, 9 ounces. And he sends me a picture of the pan with the gold, and he's like, yeah man, thank you. And he had a couple little nuggets, nothing big, but he's like, I'm gonna send you a nugget too, because you're the reason I went there. Now mind you, at the time I wasn't into sniping. I hadn't even really heard about it. Otherwise I would have done it probably too. But it's like, man, right under
sniping's fun.
Right under my feet.
Right.
9 ounces.
Better send me more than one nugget, dude.
I know.
I used to show my gold and broad pictures of where I'd at, and I'd be even like, oh, I'm at such and such, I'm at the Double D OSPA Leafs on Hillbilly Run, playing on the bedrock. And, then whenever I did really good and showed it, I'd come back, it'd be hammered. Mind you, I do realize where I live, east of the Mississippi, it's like night and day compared to back home in California, Oregon, Washington, where you have a lot more public land, BLM land, a lot more U.S. Forest Service land, where you actually have rights under the 1874 Mining Act and stuff, where out here, we're not covered by the Mining Act at all. And 99% of the land's private. So you either permission or lease. Hi, Karen. Good to see you. Loretta has the question. What is sniping?
Sniping?
I'll let you answer that, Kevin, since you're starting to get into it more.
Okay, so that's a great question. What is
snipe?
And honestly, when I first heard about sniping many years ago, I didn't even realize it was an underwater thing. I thought sniping meant you were just targeting nuggets in bedrock. That's what I thought sniping was. I just didn't know.
Okay.
But who got me into sniping was the snipers I see on YouTube. Tassie boys, of course. Big dogs.
Yeah.
Let's not forget Damon. He's one of my favorite West Coast gold prospecting.
Right.
Absolutely amazing. If you want to know something about sniping, check out his channel.
Damon's been killing it the last couple of years sniping.
Well, right there. West Coast gold.
Yeah.
He's on the wall. Yeah.
There you go, Damon.
Anyhow.
You better still be here, Damon.
The explanation is, the answer to the question is, you basically go underwater, you get yourself a snorkel, mask, and you go under with a crevicing tool, you're fanning the material away, and you're hunting out the little deposits of gold or nuggets. Now, if you're in a water system that's not too cold, you don't need a wetsuit. I see guys going on some of these waterways where it's not cold and have wetsuits. I don't know why they're doing it. Maybe just extra protection, but I started out with no wetsuit because I didn't need one. However, I do have a wetsuit now, and in most rivers, you're going to need a wetsuit. It's definitely going to be cold, but not
Even
always.
if you have a 3 mil on it,
Yeah.
you know, if you're in the water when it's starting to get dark and stuff, and I get cold easy,
Yeah.
so I'd during the summer I'd wear a 3 mil, you know, plus you have to put less weights on also, and yeah,
Yeah.
I've used weights even sniping. Um, as long as you don't go too far under where your snorkel's underwater with those weights. But I think Damon uses a hookah system a lot too.
He does.
So that's a cat's meow right there. So does that help, Loretta? Keep digging, metal detecting. Dan the man, PA Patriot Prospecting. Good to see you. Now, have you ever come across any unexpected or unusual discoveries while prospecting, like artifacts or other gemstones besides garnets? Because we know, like parts of Washington are, you can find garnets and lead all day on by the pounds.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And well, for me, it's always been a separate thing usually. So the garnets are like, they're just kind of a given when you're gold mining. So when I'm out gold mining, garnets is about it. I did find where is it at? I was looking, I had a little silver fork I found a couple months ago. But like I
oh,
said
that's
earlier,
cool.
here it is. I found this. It's kind of an antique silver fork. um,
Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. A little salad fork or something?
yeah, I don't know.
Pickle fork? You just
It just
think
popped
that
up.
that was from some wealthy guy who left his wife in New York City, came out there during the 49er, and got there in 52 and was way late for the California gold rush. So he moseyed on up north, and he still had his silver pickle fork with him and
Yeah,
lost it.
I do. I do have something else to show you guys. Actually, quite a bit of stuff here. Just a second, and I'll show you here.
Not Weigold, but Swiftwater Tony, in the gold fields. He says it's an oyster. He's yelling at us, Kevin. It's an oyster fork. Gotta say it like he types it. My dredging buddy goes, crab legs fork. Jason A.U. Colorado says shrimp fork.
That's funny.
Loretta says cocktail fork. Okay. Y Gold says nice fork. It's a multi-purpose mini fork.
It's a treasure fork.
That it is. That it is.
It's probably worthless, but it's my treasure fork. So we were talking about what else I find. Some of you
Right.
may or may
Yes.
not. What's that?
I said yes.
Okay, so I moved to Idaho in 2015, and I lived
Uh-huh.
there up until 2018. During that period, I was not close to gold, and I didn't know the areas. I went out a couple times. I didn't have any luck. What I did find close to where I lived was opals. Now,
Ooh.
yeah, and now I was about an hour from Boise. And the area I was looking around is called Marsing. So you can find Marsing, Idaho on the map. So if you're ever into opals, you'll find opals. Now, I got onto these gorgeous blue Owyhee blue thunder eggs, and they were absolutely incredible. I used to have like 500
that's beautiful.
I used to have 500 pounds of these, and I mean, I had big ones that were just perfectly rounded. I had doubles, I had triples, I had boxes and crates of these at one point. It's a long story, but they were stolen from me. This is the only one I have left, and this is technically my mother's because I mailed this to her, and I'm so glad I mailed this to her because now it's the only piece I even have to show.
Out of all of that poundage.
Yep.
Man.
And it was worth, it's worth a few bucks. They put it in jewelry and whatnot.
Do you do any lapidary work with stuff like that?
Nothing professional. I fool around. I know how to wire wrap. I've done basic wire wrapping. I fool around with that a little bit. I messed with the Dremel a little bit with that blue opal, and I made some earrings and whatnot. I made some blue heart earrings for my girlfriend at the time. Things like that. So, but nothing professional, I'd say.
Okay. Well,
now,
still cool.
I was at the beach. I was actually out on the jetty. This was like a couple months ago. I was fishing. And I'm down on the jetty. If you don't know what a jetty is, it's those huge rocks that come out. They got them on both sides. That way the boats can come in and they have more entrance. So we have jetties all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but near cities along the Oregon coast. And anyhow, I was fishing and I looked over to my right and I saw something glistening. And then I saw quartz. And these are big boulders. And I go, what the heck is that? And I look over. And this thing was just barely hanging off the side. Now, what this is, it's a giant piece of quartz with pyrite.
Those are all pyrite nodules in the quartz, huh?
Yeah, and it's just a cool slab, though. You know what I mean? For being at the jetty. Anyhow, pretty neat.
That is cool.
And now the jetty's not a place you want to be rock hounding. You could probably get in trouble. But like I said, this one was broken off, so I just took it.
Right.
I wouldn't go there with a rock pick or.
Yeah, I don't think the Port Authority would really appreciate it out there if you're out there with Sierra blasters or a rock hammer. Ting, 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 ting.
The interesting thing about the jetty and those boulders is I did some research on it because them boulders, they had garnets in them too, and just I don't know, it looked like they had sulfides in some places. They had a lot of heavy mineralization, and like I said, big quartz veins running through them, and it looked like schist. Pardon me. So I went online, and apparently these boulders had been shipped in from Idaho, and this is a blue schist that has quartz, it has pyrite, it has what appears to be, sulfides or heavy mineralization, garnets. So, I wouldn't doubt if there's some free gold in them rocks somewhere.
Never know. It's hard to tell. And shoot, some places in the country, they literally have gold in their bricks and their buildings and gold in their street. Yeah. That's right, Karen. Schist.
Schist. So like I was saying earlier, when I lived in the Roseburg area, there's some amazing, and I mean amazing, rock hounding opportunities over there. And some of you have seen my older videos. As a matter of fact, those old rock hounding videos, that's when I really started getting serious about my channel. That's when I actually truly started editing and turning it into a channel. And I started coming across stuff like this up there, really nice banded agates and whatnot.
Ooh, nice.
Not
Now,
only that,
you slab it yourself? You have a tile saw and slab it yourself?
yeah, I got a little tile saw and some amazing multicolored jaspers up in there.
Ooh.
You know, you got your oranges, your blues, your tans, great display pieces. And on top of that, just some mind-blowing little carnelians up in there too. Real juicy ones. And on top of that, I mean, I'm saying this place was incredible. The crystals there were mind-blowing. When I started finding crystals like this, that's when I really got excited because I had always wanted to find crystal clusters like this.
Those are nice.
And I found a bunch of them. And this is all the same spot up there. And I got lucky. I got a tip through an old friend. And guess who that old friend was? The same guy that taught me how to gold pan. The same guy, Rick Garrett, that took me out first time gold panning is the one that tipped me off on this spot. And look at this druzy right here, guys.
Ooh,
I'm a sucker for druzy.
that's nice.
Oh, yeah. Real nice.
And that cluster right there in that bog is beautiful.
Yeah. So, I mean, this went on and on for like months. And at that point, I wasn't even doing gold because I was so just enthralled with these crystals, you know? And I'm talking just awesome clusters, like
Ooh.
really nice stuff, you know what I mean? And then one time I was out there and I got it on video when I found this piece I'm about to show you. And I was completely floored. Look at that one, guys. That's my best one right there. Now that's just a killer piece.
Oh, man. That's wicked.
And that's why I love rock hounding. Now, when people talk about rock hounding, most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, they're talking about like, hey, let's go walk along the river and find some cool looking rocks or, you know, multicolored rocks. And that's the stuff I did when I was a kid and a teenager. But if you're lucky and you get a tip, or if you work hard enough or do the research, you can find stuff like this. But fortunately, I had a tip, so.
Yeah, and go bust some rocks and open bogs and jasper.
Yeah, beautiful jasper.
That's nice.
Yeah, all the colors on it. And another nice little crystal cluster. Some of these look like they came out of thunder eggs, but I never did find like a whole thunder egg, so I'm not entirely sure about that. This one is really cool. This one's very unique because it's got like blue agate. It's turning white now. It used to be a lot more blue. And but then it turns into crystals over here. It's got a crystal void and the blue agate. So this is really rare because normally you don't find, at least I never found crystals mixed with agate or blue agate at the same time. Yeah, I got a whole box. That's all I'm going to show you today, or we'd be here for 5 days. But
my audience loves any type of treasure porn, and I love rocks personally. I love rocks. I think all prospectors like rocks.
yeah,
I don't care who you are, you like rocks.
Yeah, and these are all self-collected. Every single one was self-collected. Now this I bought. This is a chunk of fluorite. Beautiful piece of fluorite.
Ooh, look at the bands in it too.
Yeah. So
And boy, it's nice and translucent. I can see an outline of you in the back, I think.
yeah, it's a beautiful piece. And because I bought that one, the guy threw this in for free. This is just a raw piece of fluorite. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
Got a nice purple hue to it. And I got gold too. I don't have as much gold as I used to, but you know, I usually have about a half ounce hanging around here somewhere.
Well, you know the crowd here, they like their gold porn, you know, as we call it. So
We don't get that big gold around here. It's all, well, it's not the, I'm not talking about beach gold, but the river flakes, even though they're heavier, they're not giant. Now and then you'll find a good picker though. Like, hold on, I'll show you here. Oh, so this is probably a picker to most people, but this was my first and only nugget. It weighs 0.4 grams.
that is a nugget in Ohio.
But to me,
no, but
it really surprised me because I'd never found a little nugget before. And again, this is on a video I did, and I completely freaked out over this pecker. But it was exciting to me because
I bet.
It's a little nugget to me. But yeah, and then I'll show you the rest of the skull here. We'll see how well it picks up.
Oh yeah, that's a nice flash in your pan. Some chunky flakes there.
Yeah, that's about a half ounce right there.
Nice. Oh, you know what? This scenario here reminds me when Toledo Jess, Dano, and I were in pre-show, and Jesse's doing the little panning
Yeah.
at his laptop, and he goes to show us, and unlike you, his was wet, of course, and pours water right on his laptop keyboard. Poof! He goes bye-bye. Few minutes later, he's coming back. Oh man, you won't believe what happened. Oh yes, we would, and we were laughing. That's right. Gold porn. We like gold. Yeah.
Then I'll show you some beach gold and platinum. The thing about the beach gold and platinum is I bought a macro lens for my phone. So on my later videos I've been doing, I've been really getting that zoom shot with the macro, and it looks so awesome. So if you want to see a better look at this gold I'm about to show you, check out some of my earlier beach videos and you'll see some. Now this is gold, but it's also, you'll see white specks in there. That's mercury coated gold. There's platinum in there, possibly titanium and chromium, or just PGMs in general, because that's what comes out on the beach over here. We'll see if I
Hey,
can
Minor Ma.
get her hooked up here. I got a little bit left. I gave away most of my beach gold, but I do have some.
Tonight's guest is Southwest Oregon Kevin, the Gold Hunter77 Prairie.
What I got to do here is I got to mark these river gold, beach gold, random, because I'll get them mixed up and I'll be dumping this and that. I'm like, no, I don't want the beach gold in that. I don't.
I use like masking tape, and I wrap my snuffer bottle, and mine will have like Vermont, Carolina, Georgia, Swank West, Swank East, Double D, you know, places where I found it at and stuff. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Now, Fire Chicken asked this earlier, and he's throwing it up again. He wants to know if your treasure hunt is still on. Has
That's a
anyone
great
found a treasure?
That's a great question. It's postponed for a lot of reasons. I set that treasure hunt up at the worst time possible. I wasn't thinking about it, but this is sneaker wave season, and it's very dangerous to be out on the beach, and that's where I wanted to hide it. And then on top of that, we've been having these random earthquakes, and we even had a tsunami warning the other day, and people were evacuating the towns and whatnot. So yeah, I'm still gonna do it, and I'll put that on. I did put a notification. I think it might have been on Facebook, but I'll update that, and it's definitely still on. We're doing a treasure hunt. It's gonna be on the beach. I'll be dropping clues, but I gotta feel comfortable with it, so I'll keep everybody updated about that.
Now, Swiftwater Tony in the gold fields with Swiftwater Tony just asking, is Gold Hunter 77 the YouTube name so I can find him? And I have never seen a vid yet. Swifty Nightbot's been throwing out his channel URL. I'm sure Mr. Lodak, the world's greatest moderator, can throw it out there again as well. But you could search and find him for channels. Just type in Gold Hunter 77 and he'll be right up at top. Or youtube.com/@ Gold Hunter 7 / 77. And that will take you to his channel, buddy. You're more than welcome, Scott.
So here's some beach gold.
That's what Brian Wilder's used to on the beaches of Nome, or some flower gold wizard stuff there.
Now this stuff is so light, it's wet right now, that this pan, I'm holding this pan straight up and down, and this gold ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
You can see how fine that gold is. And if you look carefully, you'll notice that there is some lighter colored and white type flecks in there. And again, that's the stuff I was mentioning earlier. It's easier just to call them PGMs, platinum group metals, because there's so many different types of things they could be, even mercury covered gold. That's why I never clean this up. I never try to separate the gold, because you'd have to do it by some other means, I think with acid or something like that. And I just haven't really gotten that far into it at this point.
Now, this guy right here I have pinned on the screen right now, Kenneth. That guy is in his 80s, and he's a dredging legend in Idaho. Good to see you, Ken. Mountain Man Ken, good to see you.
Good to have you here, Kenneth.
Now, there was another question I starred up. Kevin, have you been injured out in the gold getting world?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had a real scary incident. This was a few years ago, before I moved to Coquille. Matter of fact, this incident happened on that same first creek that I found that first picker on. And, you know, part of the stupidity on my part is I don't carry like a satellite communicator. I don't have one. I haven't bought one.
You should actually get a beacon like you would if you mountaineer for avalanche and stuff. Yeah.
The Garmin makes one. It's a satellite communicator. I was just looking at them last night. It's funny you say that, because I've been going deeper and deeper into the woods lately. Like my last video, I'm pushing further than I've ever gone before. I can only go so far before you hit claims, though. That's the problem. And it takes a lot of research to know where the claims are. But
Right.
anyhow, back to what I'm saying. I didn't have anything like that. And that was the first problem. Anyhow, I had spent 6 hours of digging on this creek. I got pretty good gold. I was coming back. Normally, I walk in the creek and the water's, I don't know, maybe a foot at the most. And it doesn't go past my boots. But there was a deep hole and I couldn't really get around it. So what I decided to do was crawl up on the bank, and it was mossy. And there was boulders and ferns and leaves, and I couldn't really tell what was going on. So I crawl up the side of this bank about, I don't know, 15, 20 feet, and I'm starting to come down the bank. Now, mind you, I had a backpack, buckets, my concentrates. I had a full-size pickaxe stuck behind my backpack, and I tripped. And I completely did a somersault and landed terribly on my leg. I mean, it messed my leg up so bad, I wasn't sure I could even walk back to the car, which was about a half a mile. And I'm very fortunate that pickaxe didn't catch my head, because it was right behind my head at the time. So it was a real miracle that I even walked out of that one. And my leg was messed up for months. I don't know. I ripped something behind my knee. I don't know if you call that the meniscus or what that is, but it was bad. I got lucky, and I'm more careful now, but I'm looking into some type of communicator, or I was just reading that certain phones now have the built-in SOS satellite feature to where you can get emergency that way, even offline. So one of those options. Doing for sure. Good question.
Yeah, definitely, GS. Glad you made it home safe, man.
There's a video of that too. If you go way back on my channel, I wasn't recording my own fall, of course, but right after it happened, you can tell I'm shook up. And the name of that video is I fell off a bank or something like that. So if you want to see that, what I just explained, go on my channel. It's there.
Yeah, I'm sure not by here in a few more minutes we'll be spitting out his channel link again. I was just live, got cut off. What the heck? Al Gold, good seeing you. Alabama Gold Prospecting. And there's his URL if you want to check out him, subscribe, show him some FlashFam love. I know you already gained a handful already. Swiftwater Tony says, awesome show, Ed. Awesome guest, Swifty. Awesome guest.
Well, I really appreciate everybody showing up, and I'm glad to be here. I love this show, and I love the community that you have here, Ed.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. I'm rather partial to them also.
Yeah.
And this might be kind of like a part-time job, but it's a job I love. Now your last story kind of sounds like it could go inside with this question I have highlighted. Granted, sorry people, it's highlighted on my other screen on some bullet points and stuff I have. I know I shoot from the hip a lot, but I do use technology where I can. What's your biggest challenge you face while prospecting in the rugged terrain of Southwest Oregon? Would that be it?
You cut out there for a minute. The biggest, did you say pitfall?
No. The biggest challenge you have faced in the rugged terrain of the Southwest Oregon, would have that been your biggest challenge yet?
No.
Okay.
That's a great question. The trails are the biggest challenge, or lack of trails. although I got injured that time, that creek right there, that's easy walking. You don't have to go down a 200-foot trail to the river, you know what I mean, and hike
And
back
get
up.
back up with everything too, right?
And so the trails are gnarly. Like the 2 of my spots have ropes tied to trees, and you pretty much have to use them most of the way down. Otherwise, you're going to risk falling off, especially when you're loaded down, like with this right here. Now, this is a new one, but this thing is pretty huge, you know? And you take that, and now you got that. And let's say you got one of these, you know what I mean? And a shovel.
Right.
And a sluice box and this and that. That's already a lot. And buckets and everything else. And you're dealing with a really steep trail that goes on for whatever, 100, 200 yards. And that's why some people that want to go out with me, but I have to explain to them the trail situation. So some can, and some I just won't do, because you have to be somewhat in shape and you have to be somewhat capable of getting up and down these trails. Or no
Yeah,
trail.
I know how some of them are up in Western Washington, and you know where it's the wet side of the Cascades, and the forest floor is nothing like it is in the rain shadow of the Cascades, you know. And oh my God, if I back in the young days, I don't know if I could do some of that stuff anymore, to be honest with you, Kevin.
Well, I'm right there, and I'll tell you, Ed, that the only reason I'm still able to do this stuff is because of my job. If you don't know, I've been roofing houses for like 20 years. Well, Ed knows. I'm talking to the people here. And that's kept me in pretty good shape. And as you can imagine, my legs are pretty strong from that as well. And
Yeah, roofing's a workout, man.
it's a hard job, but it's a type of job that really, you know, it keeps me in shape for the most part. I'm not in the best shape of my life, but I'm in good enough shape to do what I do. But I do have problems. With that comes breakdowns. My knee, well, both my knees, my back. Now my right shoulder is really getting me, and that's a combination of roofing and the whole gold mining thing. So that's another thing I love about sniping, is because with sniping, it really takes the pressure off my back as long as I do it carefully. You know, you're still using your arms a lot for moving rocks and stuff, but I can really feel the difference overall when I'm sniping underwater. And that's why I'm really trying to move more towards sniping and getting away from the digging. Sometimes I'll go out
It's a
digging.
lot more body friendly, you know.
Yeah.
If you can stay comfortable and avoid hypothermia. Now, since you had your backpack out, what are shooting from the hip on this one? What are some of the stuff in your kit that's always in it?
Well, I can tell you, or I can show you.
Well, show us.
All right, let me see here. There's a lot. Okay, just all right, so I already showed you the pickaxe. And now I don't always bring that pickaxe, but it depends where I'm working. And I'll tell you right now, the main reason I got that big old backpack is because I wanted something easier to put my wetsuit in. And
Right.
my wetsuit fits in that with room to spare. But if I'm not sniping, I'll throw this in there. I'll throw a gold pan. This is a mini shovel. So depending on where I'm working and what I'm doing, most of the time I'll be using a smaller shovel. That's how I learned from the beginning from Rick. At least in the smaller creeks that we're doing, it's the way to go. Now, some areas you might want a full-size shovel. It just depends. Like when I go to the beach, yes, I want a full-size shovel. I have this pump, which I already showed you the pump. I'm a huge fan. I make these. If you want to learn how to make your own, I have a video on that too. This is called a hand dredge or a yabby pump or just a gold pump. And they're great for obviously underwater, but the thing is you can be working a dry hole up on the bank, scratch it out, then take yourself a 5-gallon bucket of water, fill that hole and pump it out. And I guarantee you'll get more gold. You'll be getting pickers and all types of gold that you would have missed. You might have dug all day for almost nothing and left all your gold there just because you didn't have a pump.
Hand dredges, yabby pumps are a great tool, but like you, I've been in construction all my adult life, and it gets to be a wear and tear on my shoulders.
Yeah, it's a workout for sure, and they get jammed up. So I always carry this flathead screwdriver to get the rocks out of the end. So if you ever do a pump like that, carry something to get them rocks out. I have a small pry bar, obviously for larger rocks stuck.
Right.
This right here is one of my favorite new tools, and this is a giant crevicing tool for sniping and dry landing. It's got my name on it right there, Gold Hunter77.
Oh, sweet. You make that, or someone make it for you, or you had it made?
This came from my good friend Dale from Black Sand Prospecting. He's got a channel on YouTube, so check him out, Black Sand Prospecting. Dale, he's a buddy of mine. He lives locally, and he not only made me one, but he made, I believe, Damon one and a few other guys.
I think I might be subscribed to him.
Yeah, and these things are just rippers. I'm here to tell you, I just destroy bedrock with this thing.
Nice.
That's one of my favorites. Another thing I do, if I can remember, is I always carry a little chunk of 1x, it can be 2x, something wide enough to put on your sluice box. Because once you have that there, you can find any rock. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a flat rock or anything. You just set it on there and you're good.
Yeah, a rock bridge.
Yeah, rock bridge, exactly. So that's that. And then I make these for sniping.
Oh, yeah. Big old snuffer bottle.
Yeah, so this is what I use for sniping. Another thing that works really good is these. These work awesome if you can get this straw. So I don't know. I just happen to have these straws laying around, but the hole in these Dawn bottles are like the perfect size for a big. This is a reusable straw. This isn't just a regular straw. But yeah, these work really good too. And of course, gloves, knee pads. These are great knee pads because they have the straps that go up top.
And you don't want to chew the knees out of your skin. Chew the skin off your knees or through your wetsuit.
But I'll tell you something about these gloves is I hardly get to wear them anymore because I'm doing the YouTube thing now, and you just can't be taking gloves off, gloves on, gloves off.
Right.
So that's kind of a hard thing because I was always wearing gloves before I started filming all this, and now it's like I just kind of tear my hands up for the most part.
Right. Well, to be honest, I wasn't really wondering about that. I was wondering, like, me, not so much here in Ohio and Indiana and stuff, but back home in the North Cascades and stuff, besides carrying my pistol, I'd always have 3 ways to create fire. I'd have an emergency blanket, I'd have a whistle, and always extra batteries and a headlamp.
Yeah.
Always. Besides the GPS, I never really always totally, I'm pre-GPS in age, you know, so I always took a good compass, a good topo map, and had the. I'm glad when I did go to college, we took orientation in my classes for my degree. Justin, good to see you. I should carry more stuff, but I usually go light.
So the deal with that, Ed, is I have a full survival kit that I carry in my car, and depending on where I'm prospecting, I'll put it in my pack. Sometimes I don't.
There you go.
If I'm working close, but it's got all that stuff you said. It's got the
Right.
compass, it's got the whistle. I got bear spray, I got matches, waterproof matches, I got fishing line, I got knives, I have pretty
Well,
much
see,
everything.
you're prepared, and if you're going deep from your car, you'll throw that in your sack,
Yeah,
and it becomes part of your kit.
exactly.
There you go. There you go. Now, I know you're heading deeper into the realm of sniping, and it's a whole different world under the water. If you're sniping or dredging, it's awesome. I love it. But what's your go to prospecting method, and why do you prefer it?
Um, my go-to. I mean, it depends where I'm at. That's a tough question. I mean, I guess I'd have to say sluicing because I've done more sluicing than anything else. But like you said, I am leaning more towards sniping now because I've been having trouble with my back and knees, and it's a fun way to prospect.
Right?
If let's say for example, I am finding gold sluicing first and I'm able to snipe the area, I will definitely be doing that. But there's something about sluicing that I just love, I'll always love. And a lot of times I will test areas with sluicing. Like a lot of guys will do test pans, but I would just rather run a half a bucket to give it more of a fair test and a bigger test.
Right.
And so that's how I do that. So I'd probably have to say sluicing at this point, but I definitely want to be getting way more into sniping.
All right on. Now, Bill Marsh, Ohio Relic Hunter. Does Kevin ever spend the night in the field, and what does he do for meal prep cook, if you do?
Nope, I never have, but I plan on doing something like that soon in the future. So I'm glad you brought that up. I want to do a video. Basically, it's going to be old fashioned. I can only eat what I can catch or find. So probably fish and berries. We'll see how hungry I get.
Prairie Prospecting says, close eyes, throw pan, dig there. Well, I know GS has bought a wetsuit, started diving and sniping. GS, do me a favor though, learn how to swim, brother. Learn how to swim. The good thing about being in a wetsuit with no weights on sniping, you're gonna float. You're gonna float.
Yeah, swimming is
Uh,
very important.
yeah, Minor Ma Gold says sniping is something the gold gods gave us. Continue mining when we are broken, old, or both.
Yep.
Right? Swiftwater Tony's yelling at us again. He thinks he's old, Kevin. Do you ever dive without a suit? Or yes, he said that earlier.
Yep, I sure do. If I don't need one, I will go without a suit. If the water's warm enough, why not?
He said I did get pushed around. Oh, you'll do that, especially if it's in some swift water areas. Now, someone new to gold prospecting, Kevin. Um, what's the one piece of advice you'd give them to get started?
Well, the first thing I would tell them that I tell everybody is it's not about the money. That's the absolute first thing. I want your mindset to be correct. I want you to know what you're getting into, because most people, unfortunately, that are new or have any interest at all, it's
Oh, they
just
see
about,
dollar signs.
they just
How
see
much
dollar
is it
signs.
worth?
So I'm like, you got to really love this deal, so just keep that in mind. Keep your expectations low. That's the thing. There's a good chance we're not going to find gold. That's what I tell them, even though I'm probably lying and I find gold almost every trip. But the reality is a lot of people don't find gold every trip, and
Right.
it wasn't always this way for me. I worked really hard to get where I'm at. It takes years. It takes a lot of practice, experience, research, boots on the ground. It's not just like I'm going to go over here to this river, shake some gravel around, and find gold. And that's not the reality of it, obviously.
Right.
But
Right.
beyond that, I would tell them not to invest too much into the hobby automatically, because that may not be something that you're going to do long term. Just get yourself a gold pan, a little
Start off with the basics.
the basics, a
Exactly.
little shovel like I was showing you earlier. Watch some YouTube videos, different guys. I think the older ones are the better ones, in my opinion. The OGs like Two Toes. Check out some of his stuff, because he is a great instructor and he will definitely teach
Oh,
you.
yeah. If no one knows Gary out there, he's a must to get into your subscription base. I've had the privilege of prospecting with Gary and Smith, Jeff from
Wow.
Smith's Gold, and it was a good time. And even as an experienced prospector out here and in Washington, you know, I would, if you're not learning, you're too old or dead. If you're not learning, you're dead. And it's a never ending learning curve with prospecting.
Absolutely.
Brad Wells, all the way from down under. Good to see you, mate. G'day, mate. How you doing? David Villa took it right out of my lips. Right there.
I
Pan,
did.
shovel. Yeah, you're right. Pan, shovel, snuffers. All you really need to start. I always tell people very much the same thing. Buy a gold pan, learn to use it, learn to use it well. It begins with the pan, it ends with the pan. And for a greenhorn, I believe it's good to join a good local club with claims or leases, because one thing you want's property.
Yep.
And out west, where especially now with the gold rush, the new gold rush at gold approaching $3,000 an ounce, all the best land is claimed or it's been patented for decades. So that's I in Washington and Cedar Woolley, me and my friend Daryl Grimbley had a gold prospecting store. It was I worked full time to support the store, type thing. It's real specialty. I'm sure a lot of smaller shops know exactly what I'm saying, but I had these guys come in. It was way before Gold Rush, Whitewater, Gold Rush, all that. It was during like George Massey's Outdoor Channel Gold Fever show type years, right? The Buzzard. And these guys are like, I want to buy a 4-inch dredge. I'm going to get rich. How long have you been prospecting? Oh, I know a great spot. I haven't been doing it long, but uh, how good to you paying? Oh, I don't need to worry about paying, and I'm going to get rich. And I'm like, I would say, I'll sell you a dredge, no problem. But I would suggest you buy a pan, you learn how to pan, you stay with the basics, then buy a sluice, and then maybe a high banker if you continue liking it. Then invest in the money for a dredge. They didn't get rich. They got discouraged. They wanted me to buy back their dredge. I'm like, no, I'll consign it for you, but my percentage is this much. I sell it, I keep this much, you get this much, you know. So,
Yeah.
very good advice.
Yeah.
Well, we aren't doing it on a flash flood. Well, you're not. I think I saw Why Gold out there running his sluice giants with it. Just playing with you, brother. Let me see. David Villa. Have you ever encountered any dangerous wildlife?
Well, kinda. I mean, not really. I did have a scare. I was pretty deep up in the mountains, pretty much headed towards the same spot that I am on my last video. And I come around this kind of a blind corner on a trail, and I was eye to eye with the biggest coyote I had ever seen. Now, I know coyotes are like whatever, they run away, but this thing, I don't know if this thing was just a mutant or what. It wasn't a wolf, but it was huge. And it was like right here. And we just locked eyes, and I was like, holy cow. And then he just out of nowhere just ran off. And I was like, wow, I got my heart beating, you know. But typically coyotes aren't going to attack people. But that was it. In all my times, I've never come across a bear or a cat, but they're definitely there. They're everywhere. And I'm definitely in bear country, and I'm in big time cougar country. They're pretty sneaky. At least the cougars are.
That's mostly why I packed the heat and stuff back home, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't worry much about bears. You know, they'll smell you way before they'll hear you. They'll get out of the way unless you're like in between her mama bear and her cub and stuff. But those cougars, you know, and you run across some fresh scat sometime and they'll jump down on you from a tree limb or a rock and they're going to go for your jugular. Uh, Not that kind of cougars, Bill.
That's funny. You got to throw the cougar joke in there every time.
Oh, he's our class clown, you know.
So one
Love the
thing
guy.
I truly believe about cougars from my own experience and as I growing up is if you head into an area, any area, but especially a new area or an area where people aren't around a whole lot, make a lot of noise when you come in. And I mean a lot of noise. You know, when I come into trails, I'm yelling, hey bear, and I'll yell over. I'll be banging my buckets. I'll be banging stuff around. I mean, I am loud as I can be, and I don't think a cougar wants any part of that. I could be wrong, but I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, I think making noise is pretty important.
I would do almost the same thing. I'd be walking through with like my walking staff or something, and I'd be hitting trees and bushes, going, "Yo, bear, scat cat." Who just, I'm not hunting. I'm trying to get from point A to point B and look for some gold. So I'm not worried. I want to scare that wildlife off.
Yeah.
But the biggest, the biggest reason why I packed heat in the mountain wasn't for any wild animal. It was the two-legged beast, the ugly beast man can become, especially when there's gold involved.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, welcome. Don't think I've ever seen you in my live chat before. Jack Frank, are you still here? A gentleman I work with, Jack Frank, was in the live audience earlier.
Nice. Boy, time's just flying by, isn't it, Ed?
No boombox. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is. Gee whiz. Holy Toledo.
I know. It's almost 7, buddy.
All right. Kevin and I were talking about this earlier. And what I want you to do is put a keyword in the room. Kevin's sponsoring 3 giveaways tonight. He's sponsoring 1 pound pay dirt bags, one containing a gram of gold, the other one a half gram. But wait, there is one more. That's not it. There's more. He's given away one of his own rain gutter cleanup sluice with what Mike Pum would call vortex matting. It does catches the fine, but you do want to run a brush over those little cells to get the air out, or your gold will go right over them. But they do catch gold. Kind of looks a lot like one I made 30 years ago. But those are awesome. Let me get a keyword up.
It's got a hose, too.
You do get a pump and a hose with it. I'm gonna pick 12 people from chat. We should easily be able to get 12 people from chat with the random name picker from StreamYards. Then you gotta race for the win. So everybody, there's your keyword. Hey Heather, how are you doing? I know Robert's in there. Happy birthday, Erie Dearie. So hopefully it's counting them. I'm not seeing no one. Okay, it's counting them. Very good. Very good. Get them in there. Get them in there. Get them in there while they're hot. Thank you very much for offering to do this for our audience tonight, Kevin.
Of course, I'm happy to do it.
I'm gonna let you guys live it up. And unfortunately, all these giveaways are for those in the lower 48 due to shipping costs and to like Australia and due to the Canadian postal strike. So get it in there. You have a minute and 25 seconds left. We have more than enough to get 12 people for the race. Just send it to Brad H, Ed. If you win, send it to Brad H. All right, Brad H. You heard Brad. Chris with the K, welcome. That's right, get him in there. Huh? Oh, Swifty. Being dyslexic there, brother. Oh, look at this. Oh, yeah, super chat. Thanks for the super chat, John. Yeah, that definitely gets a heart from me. All right, counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, honey, you're putting Papa's leg to sleep. All right. No, 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 no. Yeah, rocks all over Papa's Papa's desk, Papa's everything. There's rocks all over. All right, I'll have to get these transferred over to the Santa Claus race too. 12 of them. Heather DePatie is the first winner. Ohioan. All right. Congratulations. You're in the race, Heather. All right. Number 2. Rocky Mountain Prospector Brad. Okay. Rocky Mountain Prospector Brad is how I'm putting you in there. Oh. All right, there's 2. Chris with the K. You do have to be here to win the race. So you did the hashtag, so I know you're here. I saw you not too long ago. I'll put your name up there if you're not here for this part, but you do have to be here to win the race. All right. Where's it gonna stop? Ohio Relic Hunter. Bill Marsh. All right. Yeah, time really flew by, Kevin. I tried an hour show and that was too fast. And then we had shows go on like old. Keep digging it. Congratulations in there. Um, but anything over 2 hours is kind of too long.
Yeah. I'll be right
Hours
back.
too short. Okay, I'm just picking names. You're more than welcome, Carrie. Or, sorry, you're more than welcome, Loretta. Gold Chump. Gold Chump. Remember, I hope everyone that gets picks from the U.S. Let's see who's else there. We still have 17 entries available. Mr. Lodak, the world's greatest moderator. I hope Ed Marvin's in there. Can I enter, Kevin?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
you heard him, everybody. All right. Got my entry. All right. If you haven't entered, get in your entry when I'm done rolling for the 12th person. It's a done deal. All right. Congratulations. Getting there. I saw my name flash by too, so I'm in there. Come on, flash in your pan. Flash in your pan. Brad Welch, so there's another one for Rocky Mountain prospecting. Got an edge on that now because Brad Welch is from Australia and he already paid it forward to Rocky Mountain prospecting. Brad Hayden. All right. Come on. Flash in your pan. Flash in your pan. Sorry, everybody. Flash in your pan. Flash in your pan. Flash in your pan. Wrench auto repair or wrench repair and prospecting. Congratulations, John. I'm just going to put in wrenches. Gotta like copy and paste. Gotta like copy and paste. Woohoo! Brad, you already won a bunch of stuff at Vulture Days in Arizona. Come on, flash in your pan, Paul C. Another Ohio win. Jack Frank, did you get your entry in there? I'm not seeing your name in there. He probably fell asleep on his couch. Jack Frank's a good superintendent and a hard-working man, though. He's a good friend of mine. Robert DePotty. Here's another very good friend of mine I've known for years. Guy's a dredging machine. All right, we're at 12. Or I mean, where are we? We're at 12. We're there. Damn it, I didn't get in the race. Oh well. Oh well. All right, now time for the races. Gonna be 3 races. Half gram first, then a gram, then the grand prize.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, everybody. Good luck to each and every one of you. Personally, I wish I was in the race and gonna win them, but I'm not. So I don't want to hear none of this rigged stuff. All right. Time 2:22. Sounds good to you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'm going to turn off the music because I've been dinged by copyright warnings on that one. I'm going to shuffle the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brockton rigged. 4 times. 5, 6 times for 222. Nah, I'm going to go with 7 for Gold Hunter77. On your mark. Oh, I wasn't even showing it. On your mark. Get set. I shuffled it 7 times. Turned out the music. Now here we are. Go! I think I'll crank some rock and roll on for this. That's right, Loretta. Santa with sacks of gold. Arr. We have Robert DePotti in the lead at number 12, Santa, with who's this, Mr. Lodak coming in on the inside. It's a sock ahead, a beard ahead. Oh, didn't last long. Karen Oots is in the lead now with Gold Chump on the outside. Go to the back, Lodak, he says. Move, Santa, move. Karen's in the lead by a Santa in a bag with, what's that? Heather DePotti coming on the outside with number 1. Heather's in the lead by a belly button with Keep Digging moving in between them with Ohio Relic Hunter on the inside. It's Heather. Keep Digging it. Karen. And Ohio River Hunter passes Karen. Passes Keep Digging. Is passing Heather DePotti. Looks like old Gold Chumps fading back there while Wrench coming up on the inside. Paul C says, oh wait, I gotta move my legs faster. And Paul C pulls in the lead with 15 seconds to go. Paul C and Wrench are almost neck and neck. I think I see Wrench sticking his tongue out, but what's this? Heather DePotti comes in the lead from the out. Heather DePotti, congratulations, Heather.
Congratulations,
all right. We had Heather in first place. I'm sure I have your address somewhere, Heather, but please send it to me anyway. All winners send addresses within 48 hours, or I get to claim your prize.
Sounds right to me.
Okay, you heard him, everybody. I was halfway joking there, Kevin. All right. Yes, race again. Remove winner from next race. Yes. Let's make sure they removed Heather. It's still showing 10 or 12, I mean. Oh. All right, that was for a half-gram, 1-pound bag of pay dirt from Southwest Oregon, Heather. Don't let Bobby have it. You pan it, sister. You pan it. All right. We have 2 more races to go. I think I'm getting a horse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Racers on your mark, get set, go! All right. Here we go again for an exciting slow Santa Claus race with Keep Digging in the lead right up with Paul C in second, moving ahead. Ohio River History on the outside moving up. And I see Reg and Karen Oontz try and get through, and Gold jumps like, hey, don't leave me out of this. While Ohio River Hunter or Ohio Relic Hunter is in the lead for a bit, and Karen's like, get behind me, old man. It's mine. But Bill says, no way, lady. I think Bill tripped Karen. What the? And Chris with the K goes, move over, fat man, I'm coming through. And pulls into the lead by a body length, but what's that? Rocky Mountain Prospector Brad on the outside, keeping it steady with Mr. Lodak on the far outside. Is he gonna take it? No. Karen goes, neener, 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 I'm back. Okay, Karen's holding the lead for now with 35 seconds left in the race. 35 seconds left in the race. Karen is still holding it. Bill's trying to move in on her, but Karen blocks his move. Oh, but he pushes through. Robert Tapati is in second. Lodax is third. Karen is moving back to the back, and Loretta keeps digging, comes from the back for the win. Keep digging. Congratulations, Loretta. I believe I have your address. All right, we had Keep Digging. We had Rocky Mountain Prospector Brad. Robert Tapati in third place. Congratulations, everybody. Congratulations. All right, just to be if I don't trust it, where's Keep Antigone. All right. 2 down. That was for the 1 gram bag of pay dirt, or the pay dirt it looks like. Loretta, congratulations. Congratulations. All right, not Karen. Sorry, Loretta. Keep digging. Loretta, 1 gram pay dirt container. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. All right. Ooh, I got that done. Set for 222 still. Shuffle it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Loretta says, I've always wanted a pay dirt bag. Thank you so much, Kevin.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you
You're
won.
more than welcome. All right. Racers on your mark. Get set. Go! All right, Minor Mod. Come on, Santa. Boy. Who's this? Robert Tapati coming out strong with Gold Chump. Gold Chump, and looks like Wrench is in there with Ohio Relic Hunter. Oh, nice grouping there. Ohio Relic Hunter's making a move on Wrench, but falls back. I think Wrench tripped him. Trip him, John? Rocky Mountain Prospector comes up, takes the lead from Wrench. Gold Chump looks like he stubbed his toe and he's limping a little. Holy Toledo! Are you serious? Thanks for the super chat. Super chat, Norgold Prospecting. Thank you very much, brother. All right. 55 seconds left in the race, and Karen and Oops is holding well with Phil Marsh, Ohio Relic Hunter coming out, taking it on the inside. But what's this? I see Gold Chump working hard on taking over the lead. But what's that? Mr. Lodak from the back coming in, coming up on Karen, and looks like he's passing Gold Chump, and it's 15 seconds in and people are making the move. Lodak fell back really bad. Looks like Karen's in the lead by a half a belly with Karen. Oh, what's this? Paul C comes up. Yeah. Congratulations, Paul C, for the cleanup sleuth.
Congratulations,
Paul C is another Ohioan. I got that mixed up. Heather was half. Loretta was 1.0. And Paul C is the cleanup gutters blues, which are actually a really good tool. Been around a long time. Great minds think alike. All right, but everybody, that ain't all. I am going to be given to the person in last place, I'll be sending them out a sticker pack. I didn't make it up yet, but it will have one of Kevin's stickers, a couple of mine in there, and some other channels. Robert DePotty. Robert DePotty wins a sticker pack. I should make you come and get it, Robert. It's only an hour and a half drive. Just joking, bro. Just joking. I just need for both you and Heather a mailing address that will get it to you. Yeah, and we'll get it to you. Alright, guys, turn off that music that's blasting in my ear right now. Thank you very much for the giveaways, Kevin. I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely, that was fun.
Send address on Facebook.
Yeah, congratulations to the winners. Thanks for showing
Yep.
up. And just a great community, and this is what we do. We give back, you know.
Very true. Heather DePotty with the half-gram pay dirt from Southwest Oregon. Loretta, keep digging. A 1.01 gram. That's $68, I think, today plus. Heading towards $70 worth of gold. Then Paul C., another Ohioan. We had 3 Ohioans win from gold to sluices to stickers tonight. Congratulations, all of the winners of the end of stream giveaway, but you are all winners in the treasure fam. Coming up, we have a very good another Northwest guest coming. He's a return guest. I believe Dennis Peterson was a guest my first or second season. At the time he was the guest, he was the president of Bedrock Prospectors. I used to be a member there out of Puyallup, Washington, one of the few clubs I belong to. Dennis Peterson is now the chairman of Washington Small Scale Miners Action Group. They deal with state laws around the mining community. He's also the chairman of the Blewett Mining District and vice president of the U.S. Congress of Mining Districts. Should be a really good show, and I hope to see a lot of you there. We have another Southwest Oregonian in the house. Good to see you, Graveyard. Good to see you, Mitch. Right on. And our friend from New York, Hitori Adventures. Well, he say it or forgot tonight, Bill. What did I say? What's this? FlashFam. I'm been rocking with you for years now, fam. One thing I can say is that you do just amazing work. Thank you for just being yourself, fam. I greatly appreciate it, brother. And next time I'm in the Auburn area, you better end up at Otis Ferris's house visiting with me with our friend Spider Ace, man. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Al Gold Prospecting's he does lapidary work on some cool gold infused quartz and stuff. Alabama also has a nice rich gold history. So check out his stuff. He's probably doing some cabs or something on his homemade lapidary equipment. FlashFam Lives. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you all very much. And again, Kevin, thank you very much. Hang out. Let me close this up, wrap it up for a night. Everybody out there, thank you all very much for joining Kevin and I tonight. It's been my pleasure having you on Tuesday nights for so long, with more to come. So until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan. And you know what I like to say? It does happen. Ask Paul C. Ask Robert DePatti and Heather. Ask, Heath Doty, Brad Hayden. It does happen. Maybe one day too, we'll meet you on the river. But this very second, right now, I think Kevin and I, we're out of here.
Tuesday Night Hangout Live. We've had our fun. The battery was strong, the night's been won. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Tuesday Night Hangout Live is for all of you. FlashFam forever. We'll keep the vibe. Catch us next time. Let's keep it live.
The night comes real close. We're feeling great. FlashFam is together. Whenever it feels just right. A wonderful guests, good times, and so much fun. Tuesday Night Hangout Live will turn very soon. Thank you for joining us. It's been a fantastic time. Camaraderie is strong, and we're built to last. Till next time, we look forward to seeing you again. Tuesday Night Hangout Live will be back soon. Give us a like. Don't say goodbye. Just see you later. FlashFam forever. Until we meet again.